Hey folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods today, and obviously here, as we always do, each and every day we come with you with a new addition to our inventory, and today this is no different. We have this car here that's come to us by way of consignment, and this is a 1963 Buick Riviera. So we'll just give you kind of the quick rundown of the car before we start our walk around. So as I said, 1963 Buick Riviera, done in the factory Regal black here, and this is actually the original paint, I would say, for this car here. So it is showing a little bit of its age here, but again in pretty decent shape though for a 63 Buick Riviera. As far as the drive line goes on this car, we've got the 401 cubic inch Buick motor. It is the original, the numbers match motor for this car. It has the twin turbine Dynaflow automatic transmission, and then it also has the original rear in it. It's the 9 3/8 ring gear, and it has the POSI unit with a 323 gear. As far as some of the options, it is power brake and power steering. However, it is drum brakes all the way around. 15-inch wheels, obviously the chrome wire wheels, and then a nice set of Michelin 225/75 R15 tires on all four corners. That's the basic rundown of the car. Now we'll walk around the car, kind of show you the condition, tell you a little bit about it there, and then we'll get it up in the air and show you the underside as well. So again, like I said, we've got the black exterior on the car. Obviously, with the Buick, you know you're going to have some bright work on the car. So you're going to have your chrome bumpers, front and rear, bumperettes on those, and we'll take a better look at those as we get around to the rear and the front of the car again. Obviously, you can see the wheel well trim here on the car, bright work here, all securely fastened here, and again nice and straight and polished up pretty well for this 63 Riviera. And again, that kind of continues all the way down the doors here and the fenders. Not necessarily what I would consider rocker trim, but it's kind of lower body trim there on the Buick Riviera. Obviously you see the Riviera script here on the front fenders, and then of course we always take a look at the gaps and elevations and so forth on the doors on these older cars. And this car is nice and straight down both sides here. Gaps to the front and to the back side of the door. Very uniform on this car. Nice gaps here. Elevations are dead on with the quarter panel and with the front fender. And again, obviously the adjustment of that door is dead on here. As you can see, all of our body lines are lined up here on the car. Chrome door handles and chrome mirrors here on this car are in great shape. The glass is in great shape too. As you can see here, the windows here on the side of the car, they are tinted. So again, that's going to help, you know, darken it up inside there and keep that sun off of you. Make it a little cooler too to ride in during the summertime. And all of your bright work and all of your trim and your moldings around the windows here and along the top edges of the doors here are in great shape for the most part. There's no dents or dings anywhere. Nice and straight, all securely fastened. And again, no real scratches or anything to talk of. Maybe just a little one here and there, but again, all in all, in pretty good shape for this car. The glass, again, there's no chips, cracks, or scratches that I can really tell of. Anything major in the glass there, it's all in really good shape. So let's go ahead and open our door up, take a look at that interior. So first and foremost, as you can see, all black interior there. You've got the black upholstery on the seats. Front buckets there. You've got the buckets in the back as well. Lap belts up front. Far as the dash and instrumentation, that is going to all be factory OE stuff there. Your dash is in great shape. The only thing really that I think I can see that is aftermarket would be the custom Autosound FM Bluetooth Bluetooth radio that's installed in it. But again, that is a radio that gets put right in place of the stock OE radio. It requires no cutting, no modifications whatsoever. Got your full length center console there with the automatic floor shifter in it. You've got the OE steering wheel in there as well. As we kind of take a look at the carpeting, you'll notice that there's no rips, tears, or fading in the carpeting. The seats are in really good shape too, and again, as you would expect with a Buick, seats are pretty plush in this car for a 63 Buick Riviera. As far as our door panels, you can see the door panels are in really good shape too. Even the armrest pads are in good condition. Maybe a small little teeny tiny tear at the very front edge of it, but other than that, all looks well. This car does have power windows all the way around, so your side windows here and your rear quarter windows are all power, and you can control all of them from the driver's side. It also has the control for the driver's seat also, and that's power seat. And then of course with the mirror over here on the driver's side, it is a remote adjustable mirror. The wood grain trim here obviously on the door, that looks to be in really good condition. And then the other thing that we look at is of course all of our weather stripping and our seals all the way around the doors here, down our quarter window also, all complete. There's no rips or tears or chunks out of them, all securely fastened. Even the door weather stripping here, all intact here, no rips or tears, and that looks to be in good shape as well. So with that, we'll go ahead and close our door up. Door shuts very nice and easy there also. Of course, you've got your bright work, your cladding here on the quarter panels here, kind of those vents or the scoops that they have there in the quarter panels. As I mentioned there, that lower body trim, it continues right on through and right into that next wheel well molding there again, which is in all great shape. As I said, the body panels on this thing are super straight, so again, no surprises there whatsoever. We'll look up at our rear glass here, and that is in really nice shape. Obviously, you can tell that this is tinted also. Pretty dark tint on here. Like I said, it does help with the heat in the summertime with an all black car. All of your trim, your bright work here around the window, pretty good condition. Might have a couple little tiny dimples in it down here, probably from when they were installing it at one time, but again, it is all good and secured there. It is not going to lift up and fly off of the car for any reason. Your trunk lid itself is adjusted really good. As you can see, all your gaps and elevations the whole way around on the trunk are in really good shape there. Got the Buick letters back here on the rear of the trunk lid. Got one little ding here just up probably about 6 inches from the bottom of your trunk lid there, but that is what I see there, other than, like I said, just the original paint on the car. As we come down to the tail lights, the bezels on the tail lights as well as the lenses on both of these are in great shape. There's no cracks or breaks or anything in them. The bezels on these, there's no pitting or whatsoever on them. They all look to be in good shape. Same thing with your rear bumper here and your trim around your license plate holder there. That is in great shape. Polished up really well. The chrome looks in good shape. There's no pitting in that chrome either. So let's go ahead, as we do all the time, we'll go ahead and open our trunk lid up, take a look inside. So first and foremost, the key does in fact work, the lock. The underside of the trunk, that same regal black as the rest of the car there. Of course, you can see you've got your jack and spare tire instructions here. The trunk light itself does function as well. You have the carpet, or the trunk mat, I should say, as well as a spare tire cover, which are all matching on the Buick here. A full-size spare tire also in here, along with your jack, your ball packaged in there. You have 3 out of the 4 original Buick floor mats that are right here, which go with the car, as well as this set of carpet mats as well. And again, as I always say, we take those out just so you can see the true condition of the carpeting all the way throughout the car. And then of course, all of your weather stripping here and seals around the trunk, all in excellent shape here. Those will seal up really nice. Your rain gutters or water channels down the sides here, those are all good and solid. That's going to direct that water right out the back of the car. So we'll close this up. Again, that shuts nice and easy, and then we'll continue on to the passenger side. So again, over here, we're just looking down the side of the car, super straight. Again, black cars are very hard to hide any kind of imperfections, and this car is nice and straight all the way around. As we come up, you know, you're just going to be looking at all of the same bright work and so forth that we've already gone over. We'll check our gaps here at the door, which again, very, you know, good tight gaps, very uniform gaps on the back side as well as on the front side. And once again, you know, everything all lines up. Your elevations line up, and again, all your body lines all line up too. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior here once again from the passenger side. So you get to see from both sides here. And again, the seat upholstery is in really good shape. Again, 63, I don't really see any rips or tears. You just see your normal wear and tear that you would get, say, on your, you know, typical seat there. Like I said, full-length center console. It does have a power antenna, which I'll show you here in a little bit, but there is a switch for that under the dash that you can, whenever you turn the radio on, you can go ahead and turn that antenna on. It will raise up there for you for better reception. Again, the dash is in great shape. All the gauges and everything all function there. And again, all of your bright work, all of your seals, just as we kind of pointed out on the other side, all complete, no rips or tears, securely fastened. Even your door weather stripping here all looks to be in good shape. We'll go ahead and close this. And as we inspect our windows over here, again, same thing. No chips, cracks, or scratches over here, and all that bright work nicely polished up. No pitting and any of that. Here is your fender mount power antenna. So as I mentioned, there is a switch inside for that powers that up and down. And then we'll just kind of walk our way around the front of the car here. So again, with the 63 Riviera, very, you know, unique front end here, very distinguished front end here. It's hard to mistake this from any other car. All of your headlights, that's going to be a traditional sealed beam unit. So you got your low beams, your high beams there, glass lenses, no cracks or chips in any of those. The chrome grille, the chrome bumper, all of which in great shape. All of your bezels around the headlights are in great condition too. As we look up here to the hood, again, steel hood, gaps all the way around the hood, very tight. As you can see, you do have your trim right up the center of the hood here, and in fact you do have the Buick emblem there right at that kind of at the top of that beak there. As we come back here, we'll take a look. You do have some more bright work here up in your cowl grills here. And again, that chrome is in great shape. Windshield, same thing here. No chips or cracks or scratches to, you know, and looking at the windshield, that's in really good shape. The windshield wiper arms are in great condition, as well as a good set of wiper blades. Even has, it looks like, your windshield washer squirters here. Those are done in the bright or the chrome also, which look really nice there. Just a nice finishing touch that Buick did there. Now let's go ahead and open our hood up here. Take a look at this and see what we can tell you about with this as soon as I get it open. There we go. Okay. So the hood latch does in fact work. As we raise that up, and again, you know, this is an older car, so you got the black underside of the hood. This would probably be your original hood insulation here for this particular car. So you'll notice, you know, a few little tiny rips or tears that are in it, but again, for the most part, it's all secure, all tucked up in where it should be. As I mentioned there with the motor, this is the original 401 Buick Buick motor. They called it the Wildcat 445, as you can see there on the OE air cleaner there. As far as underneath the air cleaner, carburetor is a Rochester Quadrajet 4-barrel carburetor. Stock cast intake on this Buick motor, stock or OE valve covers on it too, all of which don't look too awfully bad there as far as the paint and the finish on them. As far as exhaust work on this car, stock cast exhaust manifolds, and then it empties out into a full 2¼ inch exhaust with a set of Dynomax turbo mufflers with turn down style tail or tips on the exhaust. As far as the other accessories, as I mentioned, power steering, power brakes. Even though it is all drum brake, it still stops very well. It is factory suspension too, OE suspension, so I want to call that out, with the exception of a set of Monroe limited edition gas shocks on the car. But it seems to run and drive very, very nice, very plush ride on the 63 Buick Riviera. As far as anything else here that I can point out, the condition of the belts are in good shape there that I see. Radiator all looks to be all good here on top. The hoses are all good and secured. There's no leaks or drips anywhere. It's a factory point style ignition system. Let's see here, what do we have? We've got looks like 7mm plug wires. Looks like they are a newer set of plug wires too. So that'll help deliver your spark very well to the rest of the motor there and ignite that fuel pretty good for that big 401 Buick motor. It does have the disconnect there on the battery, so that if you were going to store the car, you can disconnect it. That way there's no draw on the battery and storage and so forth like that. So that's pretty much it with the motor. As I mentioned to start the video, behind that engine we do have the twin turbine Dynaflow automatic transmission, balanced drive shaft, and then the 9 3/8 ring gear with that original style rear end for the Buick, 323 gear with a POSI unit in it. Again, the 15-inch wheels, tires, and again, drum brakes, power steering, all that stuff. So with that said, that's pretty much it for our walk around. What we'll do next is we'll get this thing all buttoned up here. We'll get it on our lift, and we'll take you through the complete underside of the car, and then we'll actually fire that motor up, let you hear exactly what it sounds like. Hey folks, here we are once again back in our shop. We've got our 1963 Buick Riviera here up on the lift. So we're going to go through this car just like we do all of our other ones here. Go through all of the components and so forth that we're seeing underneath here, all the structural stuff, the frame, the floors, and I'm going to tell you as much as I know about this consignment car here. Again, 63 Buick Riviera. So starting at the front, like we always do, the most forward thing that we can look at underneath here is of course the radiator. I'm looking at the bottom of it here. Again, we've already seen it from the top, but I'm looking at the bottom to check for leaks, drips, make sure the hoses and so forth are all nice and tight. Hose clamps are in good shape, no leaks or drips here. Even your lines for your automatic transmission, your transmission fluid lines, those are all nice and dry up here on the front of our Riviera. As we come back just a little further here, we've got a 7/8 front sway bar here, and our sway bar mounts the bushings and so forth at the frame, as well as back here at your sway bar end links. All of those bushings are in good shape on this car. There's no splits or cracks anywhere. Those will look good, and things should be nice and tight as far as that goes underneath here. Now again, on the Buick has the strut rod style front suspension here. So your forward facing struts here, the strut rods I should say, those are all in good shape here as they should be. All the bushings there for your strut rods, those are all in good condition too. As with anything, we go through and kind of check everything out, make sure everything's good roadworthy stuff. So all of your mounting points here on your front suspension coming off of your front cross member here, those are all good as far as the hardware goes, the bushings and so forth. Ball joints all look to be in good shape out at the ends of our control arms. The little rubber dust boot covers are all present. That way it keeps that grease in, dirt and debris out from those ball joints, helping them to last a whole lot longer. The other thing we checked is with our steering. Of course, Buick, this is a power steering car. We always look at the drag length, the pitman arm, tie rods also, and tie rod ends. Everything looks nice and straight underneath here. And again, on your tie rods, you've got the rubber dust boot covers on those tie rod ends there to keep that grease in also. Once again, Buick power brakes. So again, you've got the power steering, the power brakes on the Buick. Of course, this is going to be drum brakes all the way around, but like I said, it is power. So you got those big Buick drums here that you always see. A lot of the hot rod guys use them. But on those out at the ends here, we've got a set of 15-inch wheels. These are just your typical Buick wire wheels, the chrome wire wheels, to give it that nice classy look there. And then of course for the tires, we've got 225/75 R15s all the way around, and it looks like those are Michelin tires. Tread is in great shape on these tires too. As we come back in towards the center now, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the drive line or drivetrain, at least what we can see right here anyways, and that would be the bottom of our 401 Buick engine here. The numbers match 401. The oil pan itself, as I look around here, looks to be pretty dry. No leaks or drips that I can see here. Same thing here at your drain plug, and also back where you might see any kind of leaks from that rear main seal. I don't see anything as of right now, so that all looks good. Back a little bit further, we've got the transmission. So again, this is the that Dynaflow, the twin turbine Dynaflow automatic transmission. Of course, you've got the cover and everything here at the front to help protect the flywheel. The pan itself is good and dry. All your lines and hoses coming back into that, nice and dry as well. I'll just finish up with the transmission here. So of course we've got the transmission cross member here. That's nice and straight right here. The mount itself back here at the tail shaft, that is in good condition. And your rear output shaft seal where your slip yoke slides into it, that is nice and dry all the way around. Before we get too far, we'll go ahead over the exhaust on this car now. So again, it looks like it starts up here at the stock cast exhaust manifolds. Of course, it comes down into this full 2¼ inch exhaust, and as you can see, oh, nice bends all the way around, contoured to the frame here. It looks really nice underneath here. Again, full 2¼ inch exhaust. And then as we get to the back, you'll see we'll go over the mufflers and so forth once we get back there. The frame and floors, they're in really nice shape on this car actually. So again, with your frame, you've got this unique X-style frame underneath here. Again, all boxed, all good and straight underneath here. As you can see, it doesn't like anything's ever hit any of this. So again, frame's in great condition. And the floors, there are, as I looked through over this here just previously, I do not see any patches, no holes. The floors are good and solid all the way around. The pinch welds nice and straight on both sides of the car here. And then the rocker panels also good and solid, no holes at all in those rocker panels. And again, you see all the stamping lines, you see all the bracing here underneath the floors here, just as it would be from, original there from Buick. So again, that is all there. The drive shaft on this car, all universals all look to be in good shape. And again, drive shaft itself is going to be weighted or balanced here. That's going to help eliminate any kind of drive line vibrations. As we come back, again, all of your fuel lines and brake lines are all mounted nice and secure underneath here. It does in fact have all the cables, everything all hooked up for the emergency brake and is functional. As we get to the rear end here, the front snout of that rear end housing, good and dry. Now this is the, I think it was a 9 3/8, I think, rear end. But the center section here, as you can see, for the most part, all looks to be in good shape. Although with the older rear end here, the original style rear end here, it does look like there might be just a little bit of a seepage around the bottom here, because it looks like it's collected a little bit of, you know, grime and stuff for underneath the car. As far as the rest of the suspension here for the rear, just factory stuff here. Your upper and lower control arms all look to be in pretty good shape here. Coil springs look to be in really nice shape. I did fail to mention up front, but it reigns true through the whole car. It's got a set of Monroe limited edition shocks all the way around, which are in great shape. All your mounting hardware at all your locations are in great condition here. Of course, on the Buick here, you've got the big long panhard bar here to help laterally locate that rear end housing. So again, bushings and the frame mounts and so forth on that is all in great shape. Now, as I mentioned, with that 2 1/4 exhaust, it does in fact have a set of tailpipes all the way back here, ending up with a set of Dynomax turbo mufflers back here. And of course, it's got the turn down style exhaust tips back here too. Everything is all securely mounted underneath here. I don't think you're going to have any issues whatsoever with exhaust rattles or anything. It looks to be pretty sufficient underneath here as far as all that goes. Looking up at our trunk floor here, trunk floor looks to be good and solid here. Same thing with our fuel tank there. You can see no dents or dings in that fuel tank. All your mounting hardware, straps and so forth, those are all in good shape as well. And then of course just the end of the frame sections here all look to be good too. And of course ending up with our chrome rear bumper there as well. Now that's pretty much it for underneath our consignment 63 Buick Riviera here. But I will end this video here with the fact that here at Hanksters we are now a authorized ATC trailer. That's the aluminum trailer company. We have multiple models here in stock, anything from a 20 foot, 24 foot, 28 foot, all the way up to a big 30-foot stacker trailer there. If you're in the market for a trailer and you're one of our car customers, we'll definitely hit you up there and give you some good pricing as far as a trailer goes, if in fact you're looking for one. You can always go to our car website and click the drop down for our inventory and click on trailer inventory. That'll take you right to the trailer site, or you can go directly there by clicking www.hankstershaulers.com, and that'll take you so you can see all of our inventory. Everything's listed there, pricing, all the options, everything that we have there. But again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us by phone, email, or text, and we'll be more than glad to help you out with that. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get this down off the lift now, go underneath the hood, we'll fire that 401 motor up. That way you get to hear what the engine sounds with this complete 2 1/4 inch exhaust.